So if I were to tell you guys today, that you'd be able to travel to the moon and back just in time to make it for breakfast tomorrow morning, you'd probably tell me, yeah, right, maybe in my dreams. But in fact, that is very possible, and it's all through the method of lucid dreaming. Now, before I get to explaining how a lucid dream works, and I would like to actually explain a little bit about it first. A lucid dream is an extremely vivid dream in which you have full control of the outcome and are able to recall the dream. So in other words, it's a dream that you completely remember when you wake up in the morning, you have full control of it, and you're aware while you're dreaming that you're definitely not in reality. Now you may ask me, well, why would I want to experience a lucid dream? And David Halt from serendip.edu gave a pretty good explanation as to some of the reasons why a person would want to do this. First one being that you could play out scenarios repeatedly without any fear. If maybe it's not something you normally do, in the real world. It also provides a good place for rehearsals, whether it's a speech or a skit, something you most likely practice in front of a mirror. Instead of practicing in front of a mirror, you could actually do it in a dream, where it might feel even more realistic because you'll actually see an audience. The three basic steps in order to have a lucid dream are the dream journal, patterns, and then reality checking. The dream journal is a tool that teaches your brain to remember your dreams quite vividly. The way it works is that you will sleep with your journal next to your bed, and in the morning when you wake up, you would actually just write down your dream as much as you remember. I can honestly say by personal experience that when I first started doing the dream journal, I could barely remember faces. Thanks to the dream journal, I actually have been able to expand my memorization or my recall of my dreams to the point where it's almost I fully remember them, or if not most of it. Next step, after you have a couple entries in your dream journal, you would then look for any patterns, whether the pattern is in your ego, maybe you're more confident in your dreams, or in your character, maybe you can fly. Objects, maybe you'll see architecture, not making much sense. Maybe it might be standing on a toothpick or something. And then the setting, if you find yourself in Japan and not know how you got there, that's a pretty good indicator that you might be dreaming. These patterns are used in order to help indicate while you're sleeping whether you're dreaming or not. So once you have that doubt because you notice a pattern, you will then have to check, if you really are in fact in a dream and test your reality. There's a couple ways you can do it, but the most common ways are by trying to read a book or a magazine. By doing so, you're actually, actually in dreams you cannot read. Scientists still don't know why this is, but after numerous researchers and reading a couple books about professional lucid dreamers, they all state that words and numbers do not make sense. Same thing goes with a digital clock. But in my experience, I would say anything that has a digital screen. For some reason, our minds don't understand why, like, digital screens at all, whether it's your phone, your laptop, your tablet, a clock. And lastly, pushing against a door. A lot of people have experienced that if they push against the door hard enough in their dreams, they actually will go through the door kind of like a ghost. So after you do those three steps, you're pretty much at that point ready to experience the lucid dream. But a problem I have that I read is quite common is you tend to wake up after you realize you're dreaming. So these are just a few methods that seem to work for many people. First one being spinning. If you spin in your dream, you actually are able to kind of prolong your dream, and it actually warps you or like teleports you to a different location. Haven't tried that one yet, but I have heard it's effective. Rubbing of the hands is one I do quite often. in your dream, if you rub your hands, it's almost like you're self-comforting yourself. So you actually relaxing your body while you're in your REM sleep. So you're actually prolonging the lucid dream. And then focus awareness. That's simply just focusing on an item in your dream, kind of tricking your brain to stay in the dream longer than what you were expecting. So in conclusion, although a lucid dream may not be the easiest thing to do, I've definitely shown you the tools needed to experience one maybe sometime in the near future. If this is a subject that you guys are interested, I would highly recommend the book A Field Guide to Lucid Dreaming by Thomas Faisal. It's a great book. I actually started reading it a few days ago, and I'm already halfway done with it. I would highly recommend it. And I'll end my speech with a simple question. What would you dream about if you had full control of your dreams? I think I would be in Hawaii right about now, living it up.